My current EDC is a Buck 112 Ranger. I particularly like it because it's got the G10 grips, and let me get that a little bit better under the camera here. It's got this really cool button underneath the side here. Just pop it open, and you get the standard Buck with the nice lock release on the back, so it's something you're familiar with. But I find that when I'm out fishing or I'm working on something on the boat, it's really handy. I'll have my other hand occupied. I can just hit the button and it opens right up.
Originally, automatics, they used to be called sailor's knives, and then they started calling them switchblades, because when you want to make them illegal, you can't make sailor's knives illegal because that sounds unpatriotic. So you got to call them something else. So they started calling them switchblades. And they were called sailor's knives because exactly what you mentioned is it's one-hand operation.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you're a sailor on a boat, you've got to be holding on to something, and you've got to operate your knife with one hand. Well, you can't open a Buck 110 with one hand.
You try, but you'll throw it in the water.
Yeah, exactly. You just sling that shit overboard.
Like Paul.
Yeah. So they started calling them switchblades so they could make them illegal.
Oh, yeah.
Because you can't make a sailor knife illegal. But anyway, sorry. I just thrown in an anecdote.
Totally. The only thing I wish it had is serrations, because I've used a lot of Buck style knives out sailing, and I wish they had serrations because it goes through rope a whole hell of a lot faster.
Yeah.
Good point.
You got to keep the edge.
Especially on an automatic, which would be a sailor knife. Yeah,
that
makes
just
perfect
pop
sense.
and bam. But overall, I mean, this is a really awesome knife, especially with the G10 when it gets wet.
Too.
Yeah, I know.
That's really nice.
Hint, hint, wink, wink. You know. But yeah, I really like that quick action. It's really nice. And
For all the old school Buck guys.
Yeah, and it was Buck coming right jumping into the fray of modern knives and using the modern steel and using the modern action. Yeah, and we carry it. And it does a lot better than I expected.
They make the 110, and they make the 110 Elite, which the 110 is a classic 420 high carbon wood and brass, and then the Elite is the same thing as this one, but just the bigger version.
Well, the nice thing about the G10 is the way they texture it on the outside. It stays really grippy even when wet. Yeah. Which, in my opinion, if you're using an automatic, you're going to be doing it one-handed. Yeah.
Well,
and you're going to want that extra grip, like when I'm out sailing. Specific things I'm doing out on the boat.
On your 8-foot sailboat?
My fantastic 8-foot yacht.
I'll race you with mine.
Hey, I had to get Coast Guard registration because I have a kicker on it.
So
it's an official boat. I have life vests. I have the whole 9 yards.
Hey. It's not a ship because it doesn't have...
Yeah, ships have boats on them.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. That's how you classify a ship. Ships have boats on them.
We can put your ship on my dad's boat.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Or boat on my dad's ship.
And if anyone's interested out there, it's a cat-style sailor with a single mast along the front of the prow.
Hey, all right.
15 feet and 5 yards of sail.
Can we get back to the Buck?
Yeah, we can get back to the Buck.
I do really, because I've always been. I mean, how can you not be a fan of the 110 to the 112? I mean, the 110 is like the most ubiquitous pocket knife.
My dad has 4 that he takes out.
Right. I mean, they've been around since dirt.
Yep.
They're awesome. They're great, and especially with the update, with the automatic action, and with the upgraded steel. I think Buck really
outdid themselves.
Yeah, they really hit a home run with that knife.
Yep.
And even we were even tentative when they first came out, because there were custom automatic modifications, and we would stock those. But but it's custom modification. They're hard to get.
And they don't warranty them.
And they don't warranty them, so it was kind of an iffy purchase for the customer. But now that Buck is making them from the factory, these things we very rarely have them in stock, and it's not for lack of trying. It's just because as soon as we get them in, they go.
You guys had if I remember correctly, you had a few brass and wood ones. Those ones are always goddamn sold out.
The wood ones go as faster than we can get them.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but this is just enjoyable to do.
It is. It clicks and it sounds like positive.
And it's got a good, it's got a solid action. It doesn't feel like it's gonna fail, and it's not the anemic kind of out. It's out. It's quick, and it's a solid lock. And with the back lock, it's a nice solid lockup, just like the old school Buck 110s and 112s. It's a really solid lockup. I enjoy it.
The only thing I again wish modification wise is serration, and then I've been spoiled by your guys' knives. Is the jimping on the back would be super nice.
We can add it. We don't like to advertise that, but we can add it.
Yeah, it's sort of hard to.
It's difficult to do.
Mike is really good at it.
No. Do you carry anything else, EDC? You just carry the buck?
No, I also have. Semi hard to come by Browning BDM. I know.
And brought it to the table loaded, I noticed.
Yeah, sorry.
I unloaded mine.
Oh, there you go.
Me too.
It's no longer loaded. There you go.
Well, now it's useless. You used to throw it at somebody.
The cool thing about these guys is they were directly competing with Glock when back in the late 90s, police departments were looking for a standardized firearm to issue.
Didn't they have that Glock advertisement where they showed like a semi-truck running over the gun and then they pick it up and still fire it?
Yeah, so the whole idea is that Browning made the high power at that point, which was the ubiquitous sidearm for military personnel overseas.
Yeah, for sure.
And several police departments. And they felt that, hey, we can compete with Glock while not compromising and going to a cheaper polymer.
Yeah.
Time has gone on and it's kind of proven them wrong, but... So, unfortunately, the camera... Oh, wait.
No, go for it.
Good?
Camera died.
Camera died. So, I carry a Browning BDM. The reason why I went with it is it has a decocking feature. When you are on last round, it stays open. You can put in another magazine, and then you turn the safety on. It chambers around and decocks. Now, in this stage, you can't pull the trigger, but if you go hot, it will still fire, which is pretty cool. It also fits my hands fairly well, and it doesn't kick like some of the 45s out there, which means I'm a wussy, but I like it. It's a unique gun. And it competed directly with the Glock. It's a direct descendant of the Browning high power, which I also liked quite a bit, except it has more modern features. Yeah, and it's ambidextrous. So if I want to give it to my son, he happens to be, left-handed. Bam, he can be left-handed.
Is he left eye dominant though?
Ooh, that would suck if you're left-handed and right eye dominant.
Is he old enough to have a gun?
Is he like 5?
Well, I mean, this is something I plan on having long term.
Yeah, for sure. No, it'd last you generations.
Yeah, and the fact that it's rare, I've already gathered enough parts that if I wanted to, I could probably build another one. Because you can't be buying parts.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, that's my everyday carry. I also do carry a Bubba thermos style. It's one of those vacuum thermoses.
Everyday carry it?
Yeah, it's got a little belt clip and it stays in my belt. I'm serious. I carry a coffee cup with me everywhere.
Well, he is all about the coffee.
Yes, I am all about the coffee.
Showed up to work at 6 p.m. and first thing he does is make coffee.
Yeah, yeah. I have an issue. Besides that, I guess spectacles, testicles, wallet, and watch. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
You don't have a watch.
And you don't wear glasses.
Yeah.